What's up, Wolfpack fam? It's your boy Kid back at it again. Hope everyone is doing great. We are diving into a new show, The Thin Blue Line. Shout out to Wild Dad for the suggestion. I appreciate you, homie. Thank you so much for the suggestion. There have been others who have been telling us, again, we get a lot of show suggestions, and the toughest part is always choosing ones that we want to dive into. But yeah, this is one that we've decided to do, and we're going to do it. So with that being said, let's get this show started, boys and girls. Let's get it.
Right, that concludes this morning's briefing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And never forget that in the grand order of life, there are but two forces. Those of order and those of chaos. And between them, there lies us, the Thin Blue Line.
So that's three forces, then?
Dick.
Two forces, Constable Goody, as I've explained. The forces of order and of chaos.
Yes, and us in the middle, the police force.
Yes, I think we'd better pick this up again later. You're all due out of
Dear, oh dear, Raymond, why do you blue bottles bother? The uniform constable is obsolete, extinct, like the doo-doo.
Computers, sir. That's where it's all rocking, isn't it, eh?
That's right, Cray. In the shadowy, electronic alleyways of the internet, a new type of villain lurks. Right. How is our investigation into stolen credit cards going?
All in the computer, sir.
The way to stop credit cards being stolen is for people to take care of their property. I'd like to meet the man who could get inside my trousers. What is more, my officers are far from being doo-doos, or indeed dodos. They are, in fact, first-rate, keen of eye, swift of thought, and regular of bowel. They don't need computers to solve crimes because they have brains, Grim, remember them? Bobby's best friend is his brain.
You tell him.
Well, it's pretty clear. They got in through the window.
Unless, of course, the window was broken after the villains gained entry, broken from within.
You mean an inside job?
Well, you've got to admit it would all fit.
What? That he robbed his own flat?
Exactly. Insurance claim, Maggie. It's a nice little note.
All the glass is on the inside, Kevin. Do you reckon that after he smashed it, he went outside, picked up all the bits, and brought them back in?
What an idiot.
It's possible. His fingers are cut up. We've got our man.
Get your notebook out, Kevin.
Yes.
That guy's funny.
Now then, sir, I know you're upset.
Whoops.
Could you give us some idea of what's been taken and their value?
What's been taken? My self-respect, my peace of mind, my sense of well-being.
Could you describe these items, please, sir?
They are beyond value.
Told you, mega insurance claim.
And what are you not going to do? This has ruined my life.
Well, we'll do our best, sir, but the clear-up rate for burglars is so...
I don't know why I even bothered calling you lot out. You're about as much use as a tin tack in a jockstrap.
Name?
Can't remember.
That's me.
Mr. So...
I mean, the bloke was devastated. Everything he had been defiled. Photos smashed, clothes torn. They even did a whoopsie in his goldfish bowl. And there's nothing we can do.
You can fish it out.
Got her.
You've got to learn to walk away. There's more to life than being a copper.
I don't know how you can say that. You're virtually married to the force going out with Inspector Fowler. He doesn't care about anything but the police. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. I didn't mean that...
I know very well what you meant, Maggie. And you're wrong. Raymond has a deep and romantic soul.
That guy?
I think I've got a slow puncture. Ah, well, another evening spread out on the kitchen table, wrestling with my inner tube.
We've been together 10 years, Maggie. It can't all be candlelit dinner, jars of Vaseline and double-jointed sexual gymnastics.
Whoa!
My
Freaks.
turn to cook tonight, I think, darling. I thought I might make rissoles.
Actually, tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of our relationship, and I'm going to surprise him with a special breakfast.
Or perhaps a nice bit of bloater.
Wake
Gotta
up,
love it.
Raymond. Breakfast.
What? Oh,
Shit look burnt.
bless my twinkling stars, Patricia. What's all this? Oh, well, coffee, toast, or something which at some point has certainly been toast.
God damn.
Scrambled egg, if I'm not mistaken.
You are? I'm afraid it's a waffle. People
How?
worry too much about how food looks. I mean, what's it going to look like after it's worked its way through 28 feet of small intestine?
Well, quite.
He didn't even eat anything.
Perhaps a smidgen too much salt.
There isn't any salt in it.
I'm afraid there is.
Well, in that case, I put sugar on your bacon and eggs. Those Habitat serving jars I put everything in. You can't tell one thing from another.
Well, I can never force much down in the morning anyway. Except perhaps a cup of coffee.
Well, it's only instant.
In this case, instant gravy.
She can't cook.
The mix-up with the serving jars, I fear, my darling. Oh, well, never mind. All in all, it was a very nice, thought. I can't imagine what moved you to such a splendid gesture.
Can't you?
No, I fear not, but it's much appreciated anyway. Now, I really must rush. I have a small gift item to pick up before work.
Oh, Peachy, you did remember.
Well, of course I remembered, Cabbage.
Did he?
I always remember the important things.
Cutting edge of technology, cutting edge of fannying about. What's wrong with a biro? That's what I say. I've booted up and I've patched in. I'm online, offline, downloaded, and extremely cheesed off.
Chill, bro.
You need to integrate your power supply at source, sir.
What?
Plug it in.
And so to the topic of the day, which is pickpocketing. Oh, by the way, I'll just leave the collecting tin for the Queen's birthday present here, shall I? About £3 apiece should cover
The Queen.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't quite catch that.
The collecting tin for the Queen's official birthday, which is next week. But of course you all knew that. We are members of Her Majesty's police force. The Queen is, in effect, our boss. And compared to many bosses, she is a model employer. She does not attempt to kiss the secretaries at the Christmas party. She does not insist on having the best coffee mug or hogging all the chocolate hobnobs.
Whoops.
She's had a pretty rotten time of it of late, and I thought it'd be a nice thing to show her that she's appreciated.
Personally, I think celebrating birthdays at work is a bad idea.
Yes, well, on this occasion...
I mean, that awful business of going for a curry with people you either don't know or you don't like.
Yes, well...
And there is nothing to do but drink. So before you know it, you're doing the old elephant impression. And everyone else in the restaurant hates you because, quite frankly, they couldn't give a flying hoo-ha whether the birthday girl lives or dies.
Wow.
Well, I wasn't really thinking of taking Her Majesty for a curry.
What's your elephant impression, Frank?
Well, you pull your trousers pockets inside out, you see? And then you...
Whoa.
I
don't
want
wanna see that.
already taken the liberty of purchasing her a gift. A small porcelain figurine of a young lad fishing. Well, the collecting tin is there, as I say. It's very much up to you.
I don't want to buy the Queen a present, sir. She's an antichrist.
Oh, shit.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, no, I mean anarchist.
This guy's funny.
What's that word for someone who's out of date and doesn't matter anymore?
I think you mean an anachronism.
Yes, that's right. The Queen's an anachronism.
I thought that was someone who was scared of spiders.
No, that's an arachnophobic.
I thought that was a person who was scared of wide open spaces.
No, that's agoraphobics. They can't handle going outside. Arachnophobics hate spiders.
Look, we're talking about the Queen.
Is the Queen scared of spiders?
Well, you wouldn't have thought so, but it's beginning to look that way.
Perhaps that's why she's scared to go outside.
Oh, shit.
Can you spare Habib a moment?
Yes, of course. Carry on, Constable.
When's her birthday?
Not
The
darling.
Queen.
Inspector, darling.
Sorry, I'm just so happy, so excited. Will you give it me after work?
Woo! Yeah.
Possibly, I don't know.
Don't spoil it. I only get one once a year and I want it to be a surprise.
I'm dying. This shit is great. Hold on. This shit is phenomenal right now. When is the Queen's birthday for real, guys? I don't really know it. And yeah, she only gets it one time a year, man. That shit is hilarious. We know what she meant, though.
No, sir. I'm afraid we haven't made any progress at all. I'm very sorry.
People don't matter anymore, do they? I didn't matter to the bloke who robbed me, and I don't matter to you.
Sir,
Sad
Please.
for him.
we really are trying.
Yeah, right.
So, pickpocketing. Come on. A crime which has traditionally been looked upon with some indulgence. We have all seen the musical Oliver, and are familiar with the images of jolly, apple-cheeked urchins in big hats.
I haven't seen it.
Well, dispel this cosy impression. The Artful Dodger was a thief. And I don't think he'd have considered himself quite so at home in a juvenile detention centre, which is where I'd have put him. Thieving is thieving, and no amount of papa or boom titty will change that. An Englishman's pockets are his castle.
More like a pocket billiard room.
Detective Constable Cray, there is a place for fatuous, flippant, would-be humorous inanities, and that place is on Noel's house party. Not in a police station.
Yes, sir.
Right, so let's see how it's done. Step forward, Constable Goody. Walk towards me. Oops, I do beg your pardon.
Oh, it's quite all right, sir.
Not all right for you, I fear, Goody, because I have relieved you of the contents of your pocket. In this case, a Mars bar. Constable Goody, a Mars bar is scarcely police equipment, is it?
No, sir.
No, sir, indeed, sir. Are there any other items of confectionery secreted about your person?
What you got?
No, sir.
And by that you mean...
Got a curly-whirly in my truncheon pack.
Curly whirly.
Well, in that case, get it out before it melts and soils the Queen's trousers.
It's not going to melt, is it, sir? It's going to get eaten.
Great jangling Jehovah, it is not. I've never heard of such a thing. I will not have my officers gorging themselves whilst on duty handed over.
Give it.
Now sit down. Now,
Scolded.
let's see if any of you can pick my pocket.
I could. I already did
You're
it.
not going to do the elephant in that.
Elephant.
I couldn't believe it. Making me fish my curly-whirly out of my trousers. He's going potty, he is, you know. Fancy rushing out before work to buy a present for the Queen. But she never gets him anything.
Shit.
Trying to trace missing credit cards.
Yeah,
She'll
deal's
kill him.
being done with stolen credit. Yeah. Pepperoni. Anchovies.
Let's go.
Spicy sausage and chili.
Constable Cray, this is a bleeding nick, not a bleeding cafeteria.
Nothing for you then, sir?
No, nothing for me. Just a bit of cheesecake and a can of Diet Neat.
Oh, calm down, bro.
Oh, come on. You've been going on about this all morning. He only pinched your Mars bar.
It was for her.
What?
That Mars bar was for the most beautiful, the most gorgeous woman who ever walked the earth.
Ooh.
You bought Gloria honey for the Mars bar.
Constable Habib. I bought Constable Habib a Mars bar. She likes Mars bars. I saw her eating one once.
Well, I've seen her eating sausage, egg, chips, and beans. That doesn't mean if you buy a fry-up, you'll get your leg over. No. Maggie Habib's not a little girl. You can't win her with sweets. She's a woman. And if you want to impress a woman, you have to act like a man. Act like a man. That's right, son. She won't take any notice of you unless you're firm.
Okay.
That's how I treated my wife. Firm. Mm-hmm. One day I said to her, if I feel like stopping out drinking, I will. And what's more, I expect my dinner on the table when I get home.
She took notice of that, did she?
I don't know. I never saw her again.
Yeah, you talk to your woman like that, you're not gonna have a chick anymore, man. Screw that shit. Bad advice.
Engaged again. What's the point of belonging to the emergency lost credit card instant speedy hotline if whenever you ring them, they're engaged?
Raymond, have you bought a birthday present for the Queen?
Yes, is there a problem?
When did you last buy me a present?
Why, on your last birthday, I believe.
A set of reversible spanners is not a present. It is a coded request to get a smack in the mouth. You idiot, Raymond. Police stations don't send loyal greetings to the monarch anymore. The Queen and her whole family have become a joke. You've only got to read the papers.
Get on with your work, Constable. I do not read the papers, Patricia. And therefore I do not suffer from the illusion that rumour, innuendo, and downright cheek constitute news. If you want to read something, then read a book. For there is more that is true and relevant in one page of Scott or Thackeray than in every newspaper ever printed.
You haven't read any Walter Scott in years. Or any flippin' Thackeray. You read Biggles books. And you make slurping noises in your cocoa while you do it.
Hostage.
Is that true, sir?
Well, I don't know. Perhaps the tiniest gurgle.
No, I mean, do you still read Biggles? That's what my little brother's reading at the moment.
And he could do a very great deal worse. Because even Biggles has much to tell us that is true. About loyalty, courage, honour.
Gay love.
Yes. I beg your pardon.
Well, of course, sir. Biggles and Ginger are lovers. It's absolutely obvious.
Oh, shit.
It's great, they make. They make such a positive image of a homosexual partnership.
Biggles and Ginger are comrades, Constable Habib. Comrades in arms.
Exactly.
I am stunned, Constable Habib. Absolutely stunned, and indeed distressed, that you choose to apply such a crass and puerile sexual connotation to innocent adventure yarns.
Oh, come on, sir. They're grown men. They must have a sexual life, but neither of them ever mention women. They bunk together, breakfast together. Biggles is always squeezing himself into Ginger's...
Cockpit.
It's obvious. It's the same with Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Two blokes sharing a flat. Sometimes it's months between cases. What do they get up to in the meantime?
They chat.
Yeah.
They smoke their pipes. They poke the fire.
Oh, they're poking.
Sir, if Holmes and Watson are lovers, so what? Is there anything wrong with that?
Yes, Constable, there is. Because sex plays no part in these stories whatsoever, hetero or otherwise. The point of Biggles and of Sherlock Holmes is to solve crimes and kill Germans, and by heavens, that should be enough for any man. I'm taking up a collection for the Queen's birthday present.
Again?
Raymond, you may have time for fannying about with presents and Biggles. Me and my officers are up to our necks in important detective work.
My officers and I.
What about?
Nothing about them. I'm simply informing you that the phrase is my officers and I, not me and my officers.
Oh,
Is
shit.
that so? Well, me and my officers are on the brink of tracking down a bank raid gang via credit card transactions, which is, I think, a bit more important than fannying about and speaking hoity-toity.
The rules of grammar, hoity-toity or otherwise, are there so that meaningful sentences can be formed and, more importantly, generally understood. Start stringing words together willy-nilly and it can lead to no end of confusion. Constable Gray, lend me your notebook. Look here. The criminal ran round my side and out the back at a colossal lick. Jumble up the words and suddenly you have the criminal licked out my colossal round backside and ran.
Whoa!
Is that so? Well, try these words in a different order. Bugger and off. I mean, off and bugger.
Yo, that guy has some anger issues, boys and girls.
Now remember what I said, Kevin. Act like a man. Be firm, be masterful.
So basically, just be myself.
Hey, you! Jaywalking is a crime. Get back on the pavement. Get back on the pavement, please.
Kevin, would you mind telling me what...
Hang on a minute. Pickpocket. Not this time. Crime's a disease. Meet the cure.
That's my grandson. He's helping me carry my shopping.
He squashed my plums, Gran.
Oh, don't be silly, love. I didn't buy any plums.
Oh, shit.
Hello? Is that the emergency lost credit card instant speedy hotline? Yes, I can hold.
This shit is enjoyable.
Hello? Yes. Yes, I'd like to report the loss of my credit cards. First, however, I should like to point out that the words emergency, instant, and speedy have no place in your company title. Infuriating, yes. Tawdry, certainly. Absolutely blinking outrageous. Oh, I think so. No, madam, I will not accept your apology, because I do not believe that you mean it. I believe that you are indifferent to the fact that I've just had to listen to the Mull of Kintyre 7 times. Hello?
They do that.
I've traced that missing credit card. You're gonna love this.
It's last.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, fine.
The worst beat I have ever been on. It was like being on patrol with a flipping 2-year-old.
Look, he was a funny-looking old bloke hanging around at a school gate. I had to collar him.
Kevin, he was a lollipop man. Just keep out of my way for a while, okay?
Wow.
That's it. I'm just wasting my time. I think I'm going to pack it in. I'm going to leave the force.
I just had a call from the fire brigade. They're in the high street. A man is threatening suicide from the ledge of a tall building. I'm going to attend the scene myself.
Well, that'll make him jump if nothing else does.
Constable Habib, I may require a woman officer. Kindly come with me.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that face.
I reckon she hates me now. I reckon she thinks I'm a pranit.
Oh, yeah? How'd you work that out, then?
Well, it was something she said. She said, I hate you, Kevin. I think you're a pranit.
Look, you've got to grovel a bit, ain't you, eh? The birds love it. You've got to say, listen, doll, I was a real pillock. Then bung of the champagne and the chockies and steam in for the bunker.
Right. Champagne and chocolates.
Yeah, it gets them every time, doesn't it? The draw dropper, the knicker stripper.
Oh, it's this
Excuse me,
guy.
sir. Would you mind coming in off this ledge?
Oh, you care about me now, do you? Nobody respects me, nobody cares about me, I'm a nothing. A nobody. Friendless and alone.
But the same thing could be said about the Prime Minister. And he leads a full and active life.
Give me one good reason not to jump.
All right, I will. That is a public pavement down there. Others have to use that pavement, and they should not be required to circumnavigate your pureed person in order to do so.
Yes, speak to him, sir?
Oh, very well. I seem to have exhausted my powers of persuasion.
Job well done.
Remember me? You say nobody cares about you. That's a lie. I decided to leave the police today. Because of you. And how we could do nothing to help.
Is that true?
Yes, Constable Habib, is that true?
It was true. But I can see now it would just be running away. Just like you're running away now. The bloke who did your house over isn't going to make me run. And he shouldn't let him make you either. He took your video, but he can't take your spirit. You have to give that away yourself.
Wow.
For God's sake, man, what are you waiting for? I've never heard anything so well put in my entire life. Someone get off that ledge this instant.
Come. That was well said, man.
I'm extremely proud of you today, Constable Habib. It wasn't your fault the silly fool jumped.
Oh, shit.
Inspector Fallon, you are under arrest.
I beg your pardon, Inspector Grimm.
A credit card belonging to you has been used to hire a car which was subsequently deployed in a drug deal.
You know damn well that my pocket was picked. My credit cards were taken.
Is that so? Well, it hasn't been reported stolen, has it, Craig?
No, sir. So when did you discover the loss of this credit card then, sir?
Well, this morning at the briefing,
And yet you still haven't reported it 8 hours later?
Well, I've been trying. They were engaged. And
Bloody hell.
How's it feel to have someone being a bit clever and hoity-toity with you for a change, Raymond?
You got the bloke who nicked your card and the drugs, innit?
It's going to look pretty amusing when it comes up on your statement. A stolen car plus £half a pound of heroin.
Oh, my God.
You'd be a bit more careful in future.
Yes, thank you, Derek. I will.
Inspector Grimm, there's been another burglary.
Sergeant Dawkins, how often do I have to tell you I'm a detective inspector? I don't bother with burglaries. Get uniform to go.
All right. Constable Habib, Inspector Grimm's house has just been burgled.
Let's go!
Yes.
Wonder if he'll lose his self-esteem and try and kill himself.
He will when he realises it was a hoax. Do you know, sometimes I just can't read my own handwriting.
It was extremely wrong of you, Patricia.
Yes. Love
He
it.
was probably going home anyway. Thank you.
Stuff it.
I'm afraid Sergeant Dawkins isn't very pleased with you, Inspector.
The 10th anniversary of our relationship and you didn't get me anything.
Well, I don't know why you set such store by presents anyway, Pat. Personally, I hate the way a man thinks. When he's acted like a complete jerk, he can make it all right with a few chockies and a bottle of champagne.
Well, I'd love a man who bought me chockies and champagne.
Well, maybe for an anniversary. But any bloke who thought he could buy my affections like that, I get a punch in the mouth. What do you want, Kevin? And what are you hiding behind your back?
Nothing.
Take it, bro.
Nothing. That is, except the chocolates and champagne, which I asked you to get for me while I was out at the suicide attempt. Isn't that right, Goody?
Yes, you idiot.
Well, hand them over then, laddie. We can settle up later.
Or...
Well now, Cabbage. I have to confess that I'm more than little hurt that you could think I would forget our anniversary. Perhaps sometimes you forget that I have feelings too.
I'm sorry, Peachy.
It's beautiful, man.
To darling Maggie. Spelt with one G and a Y. Sorry about arresting the lollipop man. Any chance of a bunk up? Love, Kevin.
Oh, no, they didn't. I love this. Ow.
Do you think we got away with it?
Let's go. Oh, man. Yo, this show was lit. I pray and hope that there is no end credits here, guys. Let me go full screen. Give me 1 second, boys and girls. Woo! Wow. What a freaking show, guys. This got to be one of the best cop shows that we have seen in a while. Now, we've watched a lot of serious cop shows. Probably my favorite cop show of all time is The Wire. but this has brought some much needed joy right now in my life. Rowan Atkinson, I believe his name is Fowler in this one. It'll take me a long time to get the names. There's a lot of cast here in this show. But his performance was freaking awesome, guys. We see Mr. Rowan in a new light. Now we've seen comedy sketches, with him and Mr. Bean and all that stuff. He's not really talking as much. We've seen him do comedies, stand up. But to see him in a show like this and in a different environment just shows to me his versatility and just his top-notch, he's just top-notch acting skills. And it's just hilarious show right now. His wife, definitely made the worst breakfast possible. It looked edible there. I could have swore that shit was eggs, but she said it was. I think she said it was waffles or pancakes. So yeah, I think she said waffles, right, guys? But that shit was hilarious. That toast was disgusting, man. A 10th anniversary is definitely going to be a big one. So he tried to be very slick with it, and I applaud him for doing that. I mean, I totally would have tried to do the same thing. Fellas, be honest, guys. Would you guys have tried to do the same thing after you messed up? You messed up big. Ladies, how could we get into your heart in a situation like that? So we forgot your anniversary. Would the chocolate and the champagne, would have sufficed for you and made it all better? Ladies, if you're listening, and hopefully, please answer that. It'd be very interesting to see that. So, guys, would we have tried the same thing? Now, they got some good characters on this show. Miss Habib, Habib is definitely a very cool character on the show. I was loving her attempt in, talking the man down. Definitely seemed very concerned, for the gentleman that unfortunately had what you call suicidal thoughts. So unfortunately, that's a tough one right there. But in the standpoint, the guy that likes her is effing hilarious. I think he's funny. He's someone for me to watch out for. I think that what's crazy to me, right? I'm no police officer or anything like that. But if being a police officer and you got to interact in an environment like that, I would sign up in a heartbeat for it. It just makes it seem so damn hilarious. There's going to be a lot of interesting characters. The bald guy, I think was David. Definitely having this rage. I like it. I like to see that. I like to see people angry, standing up to the man in essence. Definitely Rowan. Mr. Fowler has definitely made working out there an interesting way of looking, that you're working for the queen in essence. So it was very interesting seeing that. Guys can tell me when her birthday is. It'd be very cool to know. I do not know that. Shame on me. Yeah. But I do not know that. I'm bad with a lot of things in life. But I am enjoying the show. I definitely feel like it's a show that we can get behind, and I feel like it could be a show that anybody could enjoy. Definitely has a lot of laughs to it. The Queen's birthday present, I think that present was kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie. That was some weak sauce kind of present. I think he could do better. Well, how funny is it that he chose already, and he's like, yeah, 3 pounds, guys. Everybody give me 3 pounds, boys and girls, 3 pounds. I thought that was freaking hilarious. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Maybe there's some love interest between Habib and the dude. I don't know the dude's name right now off the top of my head. Sorry. But I think that he was definitely a amazing character on the show. That guy that laughs like, it sounds like, like Mr. Boyce, Boise a little bit. He's got his own little kind of laugh to hit this show. So it's kind of cool the way someone could laugh and it could just kind of remind you a little bit, or just spark some joy. Enjoyable episode, 100% without a doubt. I didn't think I would enjoy another cop show since The Wire. And obviously there's two different things that, has a different tone to it. But this show's comedy is top notch. A lot of funny dialogue going on here. So I left with thinking I want to see more. I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. And if you enjoy it, please consider liking, commenting. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to do some more You know, we love the journey of finding new joys and love, and I think this could be another one. I don't know. It just feels good right now. Feels right. So yeah, we'll see you soon. Next time, those are my closing thoughts. As always, thank you so much for watching. That means the world to me. So if you enjoy it, please let a brother know. See you soon. Peace.